Okay. There's no excuse for boring meals or bland meals, even meals on a budget. There are so many herbs and spices that enhance a meal, delivering amazing flavor as well as nutrition. And many of these miracle flavor makers are available at little to no cost if you know where to find them. In this episode, we're going to talk about all the herbs and spices that I like to use that will help deliver your meals that 1-2 punch. So let's get started. My name is Chef Rae. I'm a chef in the entertainment, education, and corporate industries. I specialize in healthy, flavorful food that's made from scratch. But before I became a chef, I was homeless after I lost everything during the recession and couldn't find a job. I decided that I would learn how to be more financially disciplined, how to save, and work harder and smarter so this would never happen to me again. I learned how to make all my meals at home with only the basics to help me save as much money as I could. In my show, I will teach you step by step how to shop on a budget and make healthy, delicious meals to keep you going. This is Frugal Food. Hi everybody, welcome back to my humble kitchen. This is my very, very intimate and humble pantry. And this is just a short selection of spices and herbs that I have chosen. It is not a comprehensive list, nor is this final. I generally change with the seasons and depending on what I am interested in at the time. But these are some of the spices and herbs that you can get at the 99-cent store, at Walmart, at Target, that are within a great budget, usually between 99 cents and $1.99. And these are things that I have used to punch up my food without a whole lot of work, a whole lot of labor. And it gives my food a lot of flavor, and it makes people think I did more work than I actually did, which that's the point, right? Okay, so having said all that, some of my favorite things to use for basic things like rice, vegetables especially, like a pasta sauce, a spaghetti sauce, soups, you want to have rosemary, oregano, parsley, basil, and thyme. All of these you can get at the 99-cent store. They're 99 cents each, and they are dried spices. And for you to get the best out of them, one of the things you should do is when you're cooking is have your oil nice and hot and ready to go, not on a high heat, but on a nice medium high heat so the oil is warm, and put your herbs in immediately. That will allow the hot oil to draw out all of that amazing flavor immediately from the dried spices, and it'll permeate all of your food throughout. So it'll last and you'll get amazing flavor. I like to use these spices for things like a spaghetti sauce, maybe a chili. These are really good base rubs for like a roast beef, and they add a lot of flavor. Warmer spices that you could use are cinnamon, nutmeg, paprika, cardamom, and ginger. These are great spices you want to use for like when you're making pumpkin spice things, teas, when you're doing a zucchini bread, a pumpkin bread. You can actually add these to like pumpkin pancakes. The season is coming up, so that'll be great things to add to those things. Obviously, the basic spices you want to have are salt and pepper, very important. But another key thing that you will notice, none of my spices have salt in them, and my herbs. Most of them are just plain herbs, just plain spices, because you want to control the amount of salt that you add to your food because we're cooking healthy. We're not just trying to make it salty. Another thing that I have is a total seasoning and complete seasoning. These are my cheats. When I'm tired and I want to rush, these have garlic, salt, pepper, onion powder already mixed in. And I'll put these things on things like chicken or salmon or fish or even a roast beef. Or if I want to punch up my roasted vegetables, I'll cut up a lot of different kinds of vegetables, add oil, and then I'll throw this on top of it and roast them in the oven at about 450 for about 10-15 minutes. They come out amazing. I have had people that don't eat vegetables turn into vegetable lovers after they've had my roasted vegetables. So that's definitely going to be something we're going to teach you how to make here. Oh, dill weed. Dill weed is an interesting spice that a lot of people shy away from, but you would be surprised that a lot of the things that you find that you like have dill weed in it. Do you like ranch? This is one of the basic herbs in ranch dressing, but this goes great with salmon. It goes great with other kinds of fish, and just a little bit goes a long way. So another two spices that I have to cheat with are lemon pepper and a barbecue rub. Sometimes when I want to get a little bit adventurous and I'm not exactly sure what I want to add to my food, I'll put the barbecue rub on like a pork roast, a pork chop, or some chicken and throw it on the grill or sear it in a pan to give it a different flavor from my main spices that I normally use. The other thing that I love to use are red pepper flakes. Now, if you're afraid of spice, you don't have to be. The thing about spice is it adds a layer of flavor when you use it appropriately. A little goes a long way. You'd be surprised how it accentuates other flavors when you use just a dash. So that's one of my favorite things that I use in a lot of my food that a lot of people don't realize it's in there. Another secret that I have, beef onion soup mix. I often use this again when I'm cheating after I worked a long day and I'm tired, but I really want something. If I've left like ground beef out to thaw, I'll add this to my ground beef and I will either use it for hamburger or I'll use it for a meatloaf. And I'll add this with a little bit of ketchup and some chopped parsley, and I'll make a really flavorful meatloaf with this by itself. Really easy, really quick, not a lot of fuss. And that's kind of the point of this show, how you can make really amazing food in the simplest way possible. Now, the everything nice part of my pantry are things like I love sesame oil because one of my favorite cuisines is Asian food. And Pan-Asian food is a lot of what I like to eat. So Southeast Asian and mainland Asian use sesame oil. Chinese food, Korean food uses sesame oil, and this is a great addition and finishing oil for that. Balsamic vinegar is something that I am going to teach you how to use. It's a great layer of acid that you could add to things like soups and gravies that help accentuate your herbs without using a lot of salt. So that's a great secret to have also. Another thing is apple cider vinegar. It's a great way also to add acid, but it has a sweetness to it. And there's a great balance that will be added to your food when you use it within measure. And again, I will show you how to use that. Another part of my everything nice is vanilla extract. Now I had a bigger bottle, but the top cracked, so I had to transfer it to this. But vanilla extract is a great thing to use for all of your baking. I put it in my pancake mix. I put it in my zucchini bread. I put it in my coffee. Sometimes when I don't have flavoring, I'll add just some cream and a little bit of vanilla extract, and that gives me my flavored coffee. And a little goes a long way. It's very strong. And so going back to my Pan-Asian flavoring, sambal olik is an Asian flavored chili paste. And it has ginger, garlic, tons of chili and oil in it. And it's great on things like ramen and pho. And those are also things that we're going to teach you how to make here on Frugal Foods. Another secret that I have are chicken, vegetable, and beef broth. Now these I get are no particular brand, but I generally try to get low sodium and all natural. You want to get everything as healthy as possible. These generally range between $1.99 and $3. You don't have to get all three, but these are my cheats when I haven't had a chance to make my own broth from scratch. Those are things we're also going to teach you here on Frugal Foods. We're going to break down an entire chicken and I'll show you step by step how to do that. We're going to save the bones, keep them in the freezer until our chance to be able to show you how to make a broth. In addition, we're going to show you how to keep your vegetable scraps, save them in the freezer to preserve them so we can make a very rich and robust vegetable broth to help enhance all of your foods. What are we enhancing, you ask? Well, you can use broths to enhance soups, gravies, sauces, and a lot of the times I like a plain white rice, but there are times where I want to make a rice pilaf or a herb fried rice or a garlic fried rice. Chicken stock, vegetable stock, and beef stock are great ways to punch up flavor without a lot of salt. Well, this is my humble herbs and spice and everything nice pantry. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time on Frugal Food. I'm Chef Rae.